editor of the Burnside Film Project. And this here is our newest addition to the film project, Nitro, from Nitro Analytics. And today we're going to do a little bit of review on a little something that Rham Emanuels made as a statement earlier today. Was it earlier this week? You never know quite early because it seems that it's going a little crazy here in the city. Because in essence, Rham Emanuels just decided he's going to violate the law and somehow, without any form of a budget, just pull an Angela Merkel and just open up the borders of Chicago straight outright. And don't take my word for it. Here, let's roll the clip.
But I want to emphasize one thing that the alderman noted, the chairman, that I think is very important. And that is that President Trump has talked about ending the Dreamers program. To all the dreamers that are here in this room and in the city of Chicago, you are welcomed in the city of Chicago. This is your home, and you have nothing to worry about. Chicago, our schools, our neighborhoods, our city, as it relates to what President Trump said, will be a Trump-free zone. You have nothing to worry about. And I want you to know this, and I want your families to know it, and rest assured, I want you to come to school, but more than just come to school, pursue your dreams.
He literally said Trump-free zone.
I believe you heard that one correctly, Burnside.
This guy apparently thinks he can not only pull an Angela Merkel and try and cover up for all the illegal immigrants coming in, but he's going to house them, give them an education, and just we don't have a budget for all this. It would be fine and dandy if he was trying to aid people in getting regular citizenship, or at least some visas or something, so that they'd be coming in legally so they wouldn't have to worry about ICE or the cartel on their tail. But oh no, immigrating to the United States, let alone getting into the city of Chicago legally, must be racist or xenophobic or whatever these communist bastards seem to come up with.
What? More illegal immigrants? They don't even clean up their shit.
Quite literally. Have they seen the Section 8? I don't think they've seen the Section 8. No, more often than not, when these people come in illegally, they get on the welfare. They get put on all these nice little Section 8 neighborhoods, and they're not so nice. And yes, it's quite disgusting. Not to say that everyone's a filthy human being, but they get put in filthy environments, and it just keeps going in a circle. It's quite terrible.
Oh no, some more gun violence coming up from the lefties.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Jesus. We already broke the 300 marker, going on nearly 400 shootings already. And that's not just shootings, that's fatalities. That's people who have died from gun violence. And it's out of September. It's not even almost Halloween yet.
You say Jesus, but these people need Jesus.
Quite literally. Somebody needs to rain down from the heavens and stop all this insanity. Because the more restrictions they put on firearms, the more gun violence they have, because it's just a black market.
These communist son of bitches.
Quite literally. Because God forbid you have a dissenting opinion like us here. You must be a Nazi supporter.
Or they label you as a thought criminal.
Yeah, I believe that's everyone here. Jesus, yeah. Ooh, you must be such a dangerous individual to be a thought criminal. The crime of thinking and having one's own educated opinion.
Next thing you know, it is now illegal to think.
That's why I've got the pen here. Think! It isn't illegal yet.
Holy fucking hell.
I don't know how this man plans to do this. We literally haven't had a budget for nearly 3 years. Taxes have gone through the roof. The amount of money you have to pay for something as simple as a parking ticket or a speeding ticket has gone, it's gone up and up and up. It's insane. Literally, whenever you go to the grocery store, per bag that they give you, which isn't really giving you, you have to pay a 7-cent tax. In some places, it's even more. It's downright insane. And now there's this fight going on with all the parking meters and what have you that we have, because apparently we're supposed to be owning them, the tax-paying, law-abiding citizens, but the city decided to say, oh no, you're anti-Semitic. Pay it to the Rham Führer. Pay it indeed.
And not to mention, Of the whole country, Chicago had the biggest demographic drop, losing over 3,000 people this year. Woohoo! Taxation!
Taxation's right, Jesus. They literally decided right after everyone decided to get the hell out of here after all the riots and what's have you that happened, that they're just going to increase taxes to try and barely keep everything afloat. We're probably going to lose another 3,000 people before the year's out. The only reason we're sticking here is because we're fighting this to the bitter end.
Damn straight, Burnside. We won't let these Zionists take us so easily.
Oh no, we're going to fight them tooth and nail. It was actually quite comical, speaking of the Zionist conspiracy. Until you came around, I literally thought it was just some Nazi troll thing. Or there's people just pointing at CNN going, it's the evil Jewish people at CNN. No, CNN's just evil. It's not Jewish, it's just evil.
What? Hitler actually had a point?
Oh, that's literally got to be meme of the year. Hitler didn't do nothing wrong.
There's always a new world order somewhere around here. Globally.
Got to love that globalism. Because, oh yes, that's right, people often forget. Rham Emanuels was the right-hand financial man of Barack Hussein Obama, our last president who ran 2 terms.
Obama!
I think we can say goodbye to Obama. Jesus. That was an absolute insanity all around for a good 8 years. And we've had enough of that trickle down in Chicago from Rham Emanuels' reign of terror. We don't need him in for another term. We don't need his damn taxes. We don't need him trying to limit our freedoms. And we don't need him going and taking our taxes and feeding it into these people that are being here illegally. I mean, it's not that difficult to get in as a citizen. Hell, we'd go ahead and campaign for reforming the immigration just to get them so that they could be legal citizens. When we have people come here, we want them to be Americans like the rest of us. We don't want to just grab people and throw them over the Great Wall of America. No, we want to be inclusive. It's just, you can't just let anyone come in. Because the problem is, yes, there's a civil war going down in Mexico. We shouldn't be involved in it. Let the federales and the cartel kill each other. If all these people want to come here, let them in as political refugees. Try and have the state government, like the actual United States of America over in Washington, D.C., try and get a budget or a federal program for that. Not the city of Chicago. If we haven't had a budget for 3 years, how are we going to have a budget to house these people, feed these people, clothe these people, protect these people from the federales and the cartel and anyone else trying to come and kill them? It's just not plausible, and it doesn't seem to be possible either.
Nope. These politicians sure don't get it.
No, they don't. The only reason they're really doing this is because they want more Democrat votes. They lost almost every single potential victory. Ever since the God Emperor got in, they've been losing historically. So now they're trying to just get in as many sheeple from all over the world to come in illegally and just register Democrat. It'd be one thing if they were at least trying to treat them humanely, but they're trying to treat them as slaves. It's disgusting.
Yep, all part of the whole New World Order Zionist control project.
Yeah, it's quite literally Agenda 2030. If you don't believe me, go ahead and research it.
Not only that, you should also research the amount of silver and notice how the value of silver per ounce is significantly way lower than gold. That's because this is a resource that's manipulated for history now by the Zionists because we use more silver than gold.
It's actually quite. The irony is, back during the medieval era, silver was actually worth more than gold because it was more common to get a hold of instead of gold. You literally had to practically kill yourself to mine it like crazy. That's why we had so much strife in medieval times. Well, that's along with many of the other things, but that was a big contributor, trying to get one's hands on gold.
Indeed so, Burnside, indeed so.
Yes. And while we're on the topic of money, I found it also interesting how anti-fascist action these terrorists and the rest of their allies love to complain about capitalism. Since Donald Trump has been in, the market's gone up, there's been more jobs readily available, and not only have all the precious metals and the general stocks and what have you gone up, but we actually are almost financially stable as a country. We need financial stability.
The value of stocks are now rising, and I could thank the God Emperor himself, Triumphus! Ho, ho, ho!
That's definitely got to be the next meme of the year.
Donald triumphus.
Praise Keck to that.
Keck.
Oh, that never gets old. Back to the main topic, though. If Rham Emanuels is going to try and do this in a legal manner and say, work with the president, and work with his other evil Democrats to try and get a legal residency program of some kind going on for these people who are trying to come in. That would be fine because it would be legal, and then these people would be free to make up their own minds, become Americans, and work just like the rest of us have. Because the problem is, you can't simply tax everybody to try and uphold this frail infrastructure in the city. It's just not going to work, and it hasn't worked for the past almost 3 years now. And it's not an argument of, oh, because you don't blindly agree with this stupid idea, you must be racist.
Just like gun control hasn't worked either. What part of shall not be infringed do these people not understand? It's part of the Second Amendment, and these leftists like to take it out all the damn fucking time.
Literally. If they're not attacking the free speech that we have in our First Amendment, saying that it's fascist, or you're of some kind of dissenting opinion, or God forbid you're following that idiot Richard Spencer, that you shouldn't have a First Amendment right, they're going after the second one because, oh, guns are bad. Idiots with guns are bad. If you actually educate yourself, learn how to use a firearm, take some basic safety courses, and just get some essential knowledge on a firearm, you won't be inclined to go out and go postal on people.
The firearm is a tool to protect yourself. It is your God-given right to live.
It's as simple as that. It just comes down to it. When you've got these radical psychopaths and other criminals trying to break into your house, kill you, take your stuff, and what have you, or like back in the colonial days, if you have a bear that's coming into your house, you have to shoot it. It's as simple as that.
I bet you I can preach well better than these hippie son of bitches.
Yes, a lot of these pro-love, anti-hate people are really getting on my nerves. Because all they are is hateful, ignorant people. They're not very well educated. They just decide, oh, if you don't completely agree with me, you must be a hateful, evil person. God forbid.
Sharing doesn't seem to be pairing right now with their agenda. I don't get what's wrong with them.
Yes. It's more so along the lines of communism or socialism. Why don't we confiscate your wealth to share with the people, or as they mean, the Communist Party? We've had enough of this going on with Rham Emanuels, now it's going on with the rest of the country. We need to put our foot down. We'll have to go and, let's say, do a rally or a demonstration over at Daily Plaza, or try and pull like what the LGBT people did at Mike Pence's house, and just have a Trump rash right in front of the Raumführer's place. Oh, let's see him try and arrest a whole crowd of people for that.
That would be a fun sight to see, Burnside.
Hell yeah. Let's just flip a couple of barbecues while the riot police come in and wonder what the hell's going on. Because there's no disorder. Just people having a patriotic cookout. Pass the bacon and shut up. Oh, yes. It's quite simple. We had 2 terms of Obama. We're going on 2 terms of Rham Emanuels. I don't believe we need a 3rd term. We need to not only have term limits from everyone from the president on down to the mayor and what have you, but we can't have some lunatic Zionist conspirator going around trying to subvert the rule of law for their own political interest. And on top of that, taxing the law-abiding people who can't get out of the damn city, or us thought criminals here, just trying to make ends meet and just fight the corruption. Why should we have to pay for all this insanity? Our taxes are high enough. Our amount of living is too high. Our minimum wage just got raised to $10.50, and all the taxes just went up with it. It's non sequitur.
It's just a piece of crap.
Yeah, put it long story short, yes. It's a piece of crap that we don't need to deal with anymore. So have to try and organize a little something to try and influence people to not vote for Rham Emanuels. Because I've definitely had enough of it, and I'm pretty sure everyone else has.
I believe you're right, Burnside. I believe you're right.
In that case, then, we'll keep you abreast on how any of those plans develop. For now, we thought it would be a little entertaining to show you that clip of Rham Emanuels trying to break the law and just go about being the wicked Democrat that he is. and give you a little bit of commentary. We hope to do this on a regular basis and hope to continue to entertain and inform you. Farewell for now.
God bless.